What is up, guys? This is J Money from JWJ Capital here with another educational video. Today we're going to be going over some of our trade recaps, some of the big winners from this week, and there were a lot of winners this week. We crushed it this week. Members were eating real good. So before I start, I kind of want to explain a little bit how the chat is run, and to get any confusion out of the way. We do not encourage blind alerts following. We strictly focus on building a better trader, right? A more consistent trader with an approach that consistently beats the market, right? And the reason why it beats the market, on a very, very good occasion is that we teach you guys how to have an edge in the market, right? When to play a certain, when to take on a trade, when to take off a trade, right? So we teach all of our members how to play with an edge, right? We have multiple edges that we teach. Some I'll be going over in the video. And then obviously throughout the day, we obviously are guiding our members with our price action levels, right? We chart both put and call side, right? Because we can't predict the market, right? No one knows what the ES is going to do right at the open, right? No one knows what any stock is going to do right at the open, right? So you have to be prepared for both, calls and put side, right? You have to be flexible and nimble as in order to be a successful trader. So that's what we also teach and focus to make our traders more focused on the process over the profits. And if you guys trade right, the profits will come natural as they come, right? So the first one I'm going to be going over here today is our snap play. This one was on Thursday, I believe. And so you guys can see here, our call level was 55.45. And the reason for that was the high of the week, right? So that was the 30, I'm using a 30-minute candle chart here. You guys can see this candle. This is the close of this candle, about 55.47, so 2 cents off. So about this, within this range, right? So if we got to close above here, we can, assume that price was going higher, right? So this was the broader range that we alerted for our members, right? So, but on a 15-minute chart, if you guys take a look on the left-hand side, right? You guys can see here, as soon as we get to that 55.45 on a smaller time frame, we saw a little bit of rejection and consolidation, right? So a couple things that I see, that we were alerting throughout the day, where you guys can see these, this close here of on this 15-minute candle was a very, this is a sort of a flat top or a small flag forming on the 15-minute as well. And you guys can see here, we have a breakthrough of that level, 55.17. And you guys can see price retest that, that breakout high of 55.45. Couldn't quite get there, but you guys also see this very nice flag being built up with huge flag breakout volume. And then you guys can see the rest of the day snap 55.45 to 57.29. Those calls ran for about 150, 200% to those that held for the full move. But we're here to get a piece of the pie, not the whole pie. And find the next setup, rinse and repeat, do it all over again, guys. This stuff works day in and day out. So you guys see here, snap 55.45, flagging on the 15-minute, testing the VWAP, and then breaking through on a huge volume. We don't focus on news. We don't look at fundamentals. It doesn't matter. We're technical traders. You guys look at the chart, play it by price and volume, and that is it, right? So that's what we focus on. That's how we identify our spots and how we identify risk. And how we take profits along the way, right? We scale out along the way, right? So on this huge premium push, just on this one alone, right? If you guys break it down to a 5-minute chart, right? This premium push here on this giant candle. I mean, the options premiums, probably up within 5 minutes, up at least 100%, right? So you guys want to be selling on these huge pushes, right? I mean, you guys could have held through this small pullback, right, and just held on this VWAP continuation. You guys could see how VWAP was used as support throughout the majority of the day till end of the day. It kind of broke through, but you have to sell on these big premium pushes, guys. This is where you're going to make the big majority of your money, and time is money. So the faster you get to that goal, the easier it's going to be to move on and find the next play. So you guys see here, very looks even nicer here on the 5-minute. This little flag break. So that was Snap. That was a really good one. A lot of members, played that one. Next one's going to be plug. This one was very interesting. If we take it down to a 3-year weekly chart, this was a supply zone that we were looking to test, right, going into the week. Plug was a really strong name back in the late last year, right? So you guys can see here this supply zone being built up, right, which is the high of the close, of this candle, and the close of this candle, right? So you guys can see this small supply zone being built up. You guys see it here, right? Break out, retest, and then take off for the move higher. Another supply zone being built here before it took off, right? So you guys can see a little bit how price action works just within a few charts, right, on the weekly basis. So you guys see here, this was a support area that we were looking to test, right? At least the top of the supply zone, to see if there were still buyers, right? So the way that supply and demand, work essentially is that you guys have a area here of supply and demand being a balanced area of buyers and sellers, right? So buyers and sellers are agreeing on price, right? So this is what we call a balanced session, right? So balanced sessions consider themselves to be in an agreement where we're buyers and sellers. There's no erratic price swings, right? You guys have a very clear range at which you're trading. Only does a price advance or decrease, right, based on these balance zones. So an imbalanced session or an imbalanced zone is where prices are now breaking out of, right, and buyers are succeeding to sellers, or vice versa, right? And you guys see here, plug moving higher to the upside, forming another supply zone, buyers break out again, and so on and so forth. And they work the same way in the downtrend, right? So this was the biggest one that we were waiting for on plug, right? So this was the 1855 level, and you guys can see here in the pre-market, absolutely ripped it. But that was just on equity, right? So on the call side, right, on options, this was the this week we called plug on Tuesday. So this is gonna take a look here, right? This is plug on Tuesday. Our alerted level was 2547. So I've written it up already here on the chart for you guys. So the reason why we chose 2547 as a level is the Monday's high, right? So that was the high of day. We were looking for a break above and to see if price could advance further, right, after reclaiming this big supply zone. So plug had gotten a really bad beating, honestly, so we had definitely felt that it was time for it to bounce. And you guys could also see this volume on the weekly candle, huge signal that buyers come back into play, right, to push the stock higher. So now what we're going to be watching is the RSI to come back above the 50 line and maybe reclaim that 21 or 10 moving average, right? So back to here, right? So on the intraday basis, you guys are going to be looking at plug on the 30-minute, right? So you guys can see here, there's a pre-market flag being made right underneath that 2547 line, right? So I'm going to take it to a 15-minute. I'll actually take a look on the 1 hour. Right, so you guys can see plug here, 2547, 2550 area, right? And you guys see the pre-market flag being formed here, right? So you guys can use these also in your trading, right? Pre-market flags and the upside and the downside, right, to see where price, actually breaks out. You guys see another one here. This is on Wednesday. So you guys see how these flags do work on many charts. It's not just intraday that you guys could find flag breakouts. So this was plug pre-market, right? You had the flag break. This was our entry on the close above 2547. You guys can see the aftermath above 2547, high of day 2776. Huge run on plug. Those were actually swings. We alerted them the day before, right, above the 2454. But if you did miss the swing, you could have day traded it as well above 2547. So you guys have to take these these plays by price action. You have to take them one level at a time, right? It doesn't just gap up 10 points overnight. So you have to know, stocks don't move in a straight line. They're going to revisit supports, to retest them, to validate them, and then same with resistances. So this is our plug play. This was on Tuesday. For anyone that was interested, the levels were 2547 for calls and 24.99 for puts. All right, the next one I'm going to be looking at is AAL. This one was alerted on Monday, so I'm going to take a look at the Monday chart. All right, here we go. All right, so the call level for AAL was 22.49. I just put 22.50. I like to round up. And then for calls, that was 22.49. For puts, it was 22.07. I as well, I round up. So 22.1, 22.5 on AAL. You guys can see here. On a 5-minute chart. Right, so you have the 30-minute chart and the 5-minute chart, right? These are the charts I kind of like to look at. 5 minutes are good, but sometimes the fluctuation in price can shake you out. So 30 minutes are best used for me, at least for confirmation. So 5 minutes, you can actually spot flags much better as well, right? You can't really spot flags too often on a 30-minute. They might look a little bit more like a flat top, right? So either way, you guys can play them the same way, right? You guys have this, close of this candle will be, bullish confirmation. You guys see here, retest, push. A close here on this 30-minute candle would also be confirmation for a higher move, right? So you guys see it here, the close above, push higher. Whatever you guys want to use, right? I prefer 5 and 30-minute charts intraday, right? So this was our AAL play. Calls 22.5, right? So you guys can see here the level push to the morning, right? I normally don't bite on the first 5-minute candle, right? Because sometimes, especially in the morning, right, they'll pump it. And then right after the morning, those next 3 candles may be a full reversal, right? And then you guys see here to the downside, I guarantee a lot of people got shaken out of that trade, right? So you guys see here, right? AAL come down. It comes down very close to the puts level, right? So that's why we put both levels, right? Because in some cases, price action can lead to both areas, right? But what you're looking for is closes, right? Confirmation. That's what, that's what you can kind of at least mix those two, right? If you're looking for confirmation, you need closed candlesticks to assume the move higher, right? You can't make the assumption prior, right? You can make the assumption prior, but just know you're risking more to be right, which you shouldn't be trying to do at all, right? You're just following the chart, right? You shouldn't be trying to be outsmarting the market or, trying to be one step ahead, right? Just play it as the market gives it to you, right? So you guys see here on the 5-minute for AAL, another break of 22.5, small rejection, hold of the VWAP, and then you guys see here a flag forming right at that 22.5 level, and then you guys can see a huge volume breakout right here is your entry, 22.56, 22.8, 22.9, ended up going to 23, and I believe a little higher on the day, right? Following day went to almost 24, so $2 move or $1.50 on AAL. That's huge on the contracts. Those ran for, I think, 150, 200%. So, we don't need any crazy indicators. We just use price and action, and then obviously volume, right? So those are going to be your big indicators of whether buyers are coming in, right? Those are the only 2 things that objectively move a price, guys. Volume and price. That's it. You don't need any crazy indicators. Just use, I use some, sometimes I'll use time and sales and level 2. To see, where buyers and sellers are coming in, right? So I'll do a video later in the future on how to read level 2 and times and sales along with your trading, right? But just for now, I'm going to stick to the recap. Also, I'm going to take a look at RCL. That was another one we called out. That one was on Tuesday. So let's see, Monday, Tuesday. All right, so this is the Monday, Tuesday chart on RCL, and this is a 5-minute look of the chart on Tuesday, right? So 84.96, so a breakout of 84.96, huge push to the upside. You guys, the confirmation was this candle right here, right? Bullish engulfing, holding the VWAP, price close above the close above the level, and then takes off to the upside right here. 87.2 was a huge push from 84.96, $2 push on RCL, and that was on Tuesday. So yeah, that was another good play to play. And then you guys see here at the end of the day, right? Price couldn't hold up here to this area, so it ended up selling back off and closed right above that 84.96 level. And then the last 2, I'm going to do our gold. This was also a huge one. This was on Wednesday. Huge day for gold. This was as the S&Ps were selling off, right? You guys had a huge drop in the morning, and then a huge push to the upside, right? So there's a lot of confirmation for GLD in the morning, right? So you guys could see, for one, this is a 5-minute chart on the left, right, and a 30 on the right. You guys can see here this flag break to the upside, right? So this was my entry in the morning. You guys see here a push to the upside, small rejection, but then you guys see the next candle absolutely blast through. Our call levels were 175.21. So I'm going to draw those up for you guys. 175.21 right here, right? So as soon as you see the close above on the 5-minute, or the breakout, right? 175.21 to 177. That was a $1.80 move. Huge push from our call trigger, and then puts were 173.39. Never got there, obviously. So price continued higher. And so yeah, guys, these are our recaps for the week. So we don't use any crazy indicators. We just use price, volume. Not many. Nothing crazy, right? I like to use the RSI for strength and momentum, but other than that, I mean, very simple stuff, guys. We teach our members probably the most simple strategy you guys can think of. Don't make trading any harder than it's supposed to be, right? Take your profits, find the next setup. Only trade when you have an edge, guys. Don't trade just to be in the markets, right? That's not a strategy, or hoping is not a strategy, right? Only trade when you have an edge that favors, your probability, right? And so yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and follow us for more content. We're going to be, posting a lot of more educational videos, for everyone to view and enjoy, right? So, take care. Have a great one.